So I've always said that I was born poly, but when I think deeply about it, I think about how as a child, I was always non-conforming, and my mom had a huge problem with that. Anyways, I also got to witness how men lived their lives. They did whatever they wanted. They were led by their passions, by their heart, by their lust, by their whatever. They got to live their own life. And as a young kid, not being explained these things, I looked at it like, oh, I could be led by my own heart and desires. That's what I'm going to do. And then I got to also see how women in my life were miserable, fighting for this one dude who was running around with this, that, and fulana. And it was like, yeah, I just couldn't see my life that way. So I think I was kind of put in the perfect storm to be polyamorous, or maybe just the way my mind thought. I just looked at things and I saw this is just not what I wanted. I did not want to live the life that they were living, and I wasn't willing to also carry the generational burdens of following traditions. And I don't think there's anything wrong with tradition. In fact, there's a lot of traditional aspects that, things that we practice in our relationship that are traditional, but I still believe that, life is short. We get like a solid 60, 70 years in this motherfudger. And if you meet someone that's amazing, that also makes life a little bit more worth living, then what the fuck I look like standing in the way? What do you look like standing in my way? Now it's different if you're monogamous and you've made these promises to each other. Then keep your promise. But being polyamorous to me is not about having access to other people. To me, it's more about being able to honor how I feel without making false promises to someone else just to make them happy. And I would never be in a relationship with someone that wants me to be monogamous when I know I can't promise them that. I do think it's quite interesting when a man judges me for being ethically non-monogamous when he doesn't really believe in monogamy himself. And I remember watching shows growing up, and men in these shows or in commercials and movies, the guys were always doing their thing. And I can't change a man's mind, because most men think women think this way, that way, and this is how they're always going to be. And they're going to silence our needs and our thoughts and our feelings. So I don't even argue with them. I just be like, okay, I get it. It's cool. And then what's surprising is that they end up asking me so many damn questions about being non-monogamous that they're just like, you think like a man. I'm like, no. I think like a person that has a mind of their freaking own. And then when we do get deeper into the conversations, because they get so curious, they realize that my definition of poly is not their definition of poly. To me, it's about commitment. It's about holding space for each other and each other's needs. So it's not about being able to have access to people and being led by your lust. It's not. It's being led by wanting to truly do life with this person that came into your life. And that's really hard for a lot of guys to fathom. And I think because I view women as having a different relationship with life because they birth the people on this planet, I look at least for myself, I look at every moment like it means something. I cannot just be with someone and not value them and care about them. That's somebody's child. That person has their own story. And it means something to me. It matters to me. But I think that most men don't have the bandwidth for it. And a lot of women have been conditioned to believe that it's only men that are capable of managing multiple relationships, when I think that women since the beginning of time have developed the mental fortitude to handle multiple relationships or see their partner with multiple women. So if anyone has the actual mental capacity for it, is women. It's just hard for men to fathom that. But yeah, I get it. Just a late night rant with my TikTok friends.